to round out our discussion of high school hoops talk, we are joined by Crossland coach Steve Matthews and his player Malik, his point guard, who's a starter, and they're going to enlighten us about how their upcoming season will look. Malik, you want to start?
I think we're going to have a real good season this year. We got a lot of players coming up, and we should win. I think we should win a lot of games.
And Steve, we would just joke. I mean, this is like old home week, Janae. I mean, we were talking about. I mean, was it okay for you? Are you going to be able to say Crossland okay? I mean, did you see Mike inheriting the program that you built to be a powerhouse, carrying on to the next? You're going to do the same thing for Crossland?
Well, I hope so. That's the challenge. When I started at Gwynn Park, the program was pretty much in the same situation that I'm walking into at Crossland. So we experienced a lot of success there, but that was the past. Now here, with Crossland now, looking at them, I've met the guys and had a few practices. I'm real excited. A lot of young guys ready to play. Some guys, seniors have been there that are hungry to win right now. So I'm really excited and looking forward to the season.
Yeah, there's just a generation of kids. Do they know about the legend of Steve Matthews, or you have to bring people back to let them know, hey, I'm the one that put Gwynn Park on the map?
No, they see some of the former players because my players come to visit and they see them and they hear about it. And now in this age of Google and all that kind of stuff, they check it out. So you tell them one thing, they don't really believe you. Then they go,
Coach, legit.
Then they go find out and they say, oh, he did do that. So.
And I understand you got one of your old stars helping you, right?
Yeah, it's Patrick Doctor that graduated from American and back a JV coach right now. So that's exciting also to see him, him come back and help us out. So. Yeah. And we pretty much have our old coaching staff back together that we had before now, Coach Farmer and the guys. So. It's exciting.
So how much is how did it feel getting back in the saddle? Has it changed much? Have the kids changed?
There's a big difference with kids now than when I was coaching. There's a lot of different things now. I guess technology has changed. So I mean, it's a lot of things now. Internet, they're watching a lot of internet. And since I've left now, a lot of the basketball players are starting to, choose the private schools over the public schools. So the talent level in the public schools is not where it was when I was coaching previously. So it's a little bit of a challenge now. Younger teams, like building a JV program, you don't have as many kids and don't have the interest that you used to have. So, and it's a lot more AAU programs now than there used to be. So it's a lot of competition in that also.
Right.
Now, how do you attract players to Crossland, if you will? And I mean, what do you guys have to offer them? Like, what is your recruiting technique? I mean, I'm using that
to try to keep them in their jurisdiction.
Them where there's
what you like to do is keep your own,
right,
your own players,
exactly.
So that they're there. But one of the things like that where we were successful is you have to win. Kids want to win. They want to be in a program where they're learning. People are going to college. I mean, when I was at Gwynn Park, when I started sending kids to college, the next ones wanted to come there because they wanted to go. They see Patrick go to American. They see Sherrod at Clemson. They see these kids going, Bird going to Boston College. So it's not hard then because they know we win games. We were playing in the state finals. Kids were going to college, so that was a help there. So that's the goal now is to win games, go far into the playoffs and get kids into college. That's the #1 goal.
Now, what's the identity of this year's team? Because we were talking to Coach Glick, and he expressed the defensive prowess of his team. Is your team defensive-minded, or are they more offensive-minded? Do you have a big man? Where's the center of this team?
What's he's ready to answer this. Go ahead, Malik.
He might want to answer, but I would say we don't even have an identity right now. Okay. We're real young because, like I said, we had a few practices from the 15th until now, and we're still learning. They're learning me, I'm learning them, so it's different. So as far as identity, it would be hard to say that right now. So you
didn't even have the benefit of the summer program?
No summer. I came in just a couple months ago.
Wow.
Didn't even have preseason workouts, any of those things. We just came in. Only been with them for like 2 months at the most.
So how are the kids adjusting to you?
It's different for them because I'm not the same.
He's not here, Malik. How different is it?
You don't have to run any suicides tomorrow. Oh, look, he's like, I don't believe that.
He's a lot stricter than what we used to having, so a lot of kids not different, so we're still adjusting to them.
But that's going to be good for it in the long run. I mean, because his track record is there, and I know Steve, you found out a lot of times kids crave that discipline because in this generation, so many times kids, especially basketball players, a lot of the days adults don't want to hold them to a line, but they actually need that.
Yeah, I tell them all the time. They really want it. I look at it. I told them I'm old-fashioned, but when I started coaching before, I was old-fashioned. So I'm not going to change for them. Right. They can change for me, or we'll move on to the next one. Right. So they're starting to understand that.
Right. So Malik, are you having to buy in to be the senior that says, hey, get the rest of the guys to step to the plate to do the things necessary? How's that process going?
It's going good. A lot of my teammates are starting to listen to me. So it's going to be good. We can win games.
You can win games?
Yeah, we can win games, and we're all going to get better.
Right.
We all buy into what he's teaching us.
Right.
Now, if you had to assess yourself as a player, what would you say are your strengths and weaknesses?
Well, I could say I can score and I can defend, so I say I'm a good A-B type of in that range.
Okay.
What would you say, Steve?
He can shoot the ball well. The defense is picking up. So his defense is picking up. So,
Now, Steve, we got a minute left. So tell the folks within your jurisdiction what they can expect to say, hey, you can keep your kids right home and at Crossland and achieve all their goals of trying to get the kids to the college of their choice by scholarship.
Right. If they come to Crossland, they can know that their kids are going to have discipline. And they're going to be ready to play at the next level. And that's our goal. Right. My goal has always been to get them to the next level. I always tell them to get them out of your house for the parents. Right. So you don't have to pay for that education. So we're going to strive for the educational part. We're going to strive for the academic part and the athletic part at the same time. Some of the things like when we came here, he's in SAT classes on Saturdays now. You know, he probably thought it was crazy, but that was the first thing I did for him.
Well, young man, listen to this young man, and you'll go on to great things. And Steve, glad to see you back into it, and we'll follow the progress of your team throughout the year. Best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.